Hi, Rupert.
Hi.
Recovering Buddhist after yesterday's question.
Thank you for your sweet note on the napkin, by the way. You're a recovering Buddhist, okay.
Yes. So I have a question regarding devotion.
Devotion?
Devotion, yes. I feel like devotion's been a big part of my journey, for want of a better word. And we spoke a little bit about the elimination of the devotee and the beloved, but also in reading such beautiful works as Rumi and Hafiz, you also sense that there's a creation of separation to express that love in their writings. So I was just wondering, what does devotion look like after that separation seems to go in one's reality? Because also...
devotion, divested of the devotee and the beloved, is love. It's just love, with no direction. When that love divides itself into subject and object, the devotee and the beloved, or the lover and the beloved, then there is a direction from one to the other. But you collapse the subject-object relationship, and there's no more direction, there's no more devotion, it's love.
And in practical terms, a poet such as Rumi, is he not devoted to his craft?
Yes, then if you want to express that love, as we said earlier, there's no language for it. Because all language has evolved to describe the objective content of experience. So either you remain silent, but for one who is deeply in love, to remain silent is almost impossible. There's just this compulsion for your love to overflow into form. And the only form we have, as soon as you start speaking in form, you're in the realm of duality again. So the likes of Rumi and Hafiz and others, they consent to use dualistic language, because all language is inherently dualistic. So either you remain silent. Can you imagine Rumi remaining silent? It's inconceivable. So he consents to use the subject-object relationship to draw attention to and celebrate and worship that in which there is no subject-object relationship. But all he has at his disposal is everyday language, subject-object. So he reverts again to duality. He allows the infinite to take a form, and then devotes himself to that form, because that's all he has. That's all the language he has.
Could we say that there's some beauty in duality as well?
Yes, in service of the absolute, absolutely, yes. Yes. It's the same reason, even if one isn't a poet or a writer, in other words, even though one may not feel inclined to express this love in language, still for one in whom the subject-object relationship has collapsed and one feels this love, for such one there's almost always an impulse to express it in some ways, in some creative way, in the arts, or just with a companion, for instance. Just to have a companion with whom to express this overflowing. It's almost impossible not to express it in some way, in some form, in writing, in music, in poetry, in cooking, in relationship, in some way, to give this formless love some kind of a form. I think it's the deep impulse behind family life. I disagree with the materialists who say that the desire to procreate and have children and is just a biological functioning of the human being to perpetuate the species. I think that's such a materialistic interpretation. No, the impulse when two people come together, they feel this love, and there is this impulse to make the love that they feel on the inside to give it a form, to express the formless love on the inside as a form on the outside. So for some people that's poetry, some people creativity, some people it's a child. There's so many ways.
It feels as if something so infinite divided itself so that it could share that love in a way.
So that it could express that.
Express.
Yes. Yes, and that's and that's what we see here in these gatherings. That when the quality of friendship is informed by this understanding, there's something so special that takes place between people, or in a group of people such as this. It's a very particular quality of friendship.
Thank you, Rupert.